Yes. Welcome back to another episode of J20. Unofficial sponsors. They don't know yet, but let's shout them out.
Yeah, good to be back. Another week in the world of sport, and as we do, last week I think we had the apple and raspberry. This week we had the orange and passion fruit. Coming into that sort of summer feel now.
Oh yes.
T-shirts on, shorts weather.
Oh yes.
As our good friend Kano would say, T-shirt weather in the manner, my friend.
Ready?
Well, mine's open already, mate, because the first one we didn't catch because this fella struggles with breaking things with his teeth. He might be good at other things, but we'll leave that up to the discretion of the viewers. But yeah, good to be back. Congratulations on your promotion.
New post.
The new post.
Jeez.
So if you want to check out the new post, well, you're going to have to subscribe, like, share, and subscribe to J20. What have you got on your mind this week?
Just the two of us. Whoa, where do I start? Oh my. European Champions League or boxing? Where do we go?
Well,
do we go?
First of all, shout
Gloves
out
up.
to Knives Down, Gloves Up, Box Fit for providing me with their T-shirt. Massive initiative at the moment, obviously with what's going on in London and all across the UK. So a special mention to them. But I think, well, last week we finished off with the boxing, Dillian White. This week we got two. Well, we got one.
One boxer. One.
Well, I don't know. Do you want to start off with this one? It's a bit controversial, I think, this topic.
I think one model, one boxer.
Well, I think.
Too strong model? What is that? Is that not?
I think we're getting the wrong perception of what it looks like. But we'll find out on Saturday night. Who's the fighter and
who's the model?
Who's the model? Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, from what she wants us to believe at the moment,
Yeah.
especially with the post-match news coverage at the moment, what's going on in the square up, the meet.
Well, for those of you that don't know, Shannon Courtney takes on Australians Ebony Bridges for the vacant WBA bantamweight world title. Ebony Bridges obviously has been in the media. Well, I wouldn't say for the wrong reasons, but for reasons where she's kind of publicising her image, her figure, for the advocacy of women's boxing.
The glamour. The
glamour, but I would say a good and unique way of promoting the sport in a way where, obviously, as boxing fans, people are going to be like, well, she's sexualising the sport, but when actually...
She is sexualising boxing. In a male-dominated sport, let's just say.
Right, you've got to be very careful because your missus is over here, and you've got to be very careful with your.
Yes, in a male-dominated sport, it's great to see women participants and high-level women athletes.
That's not what you said. You said sexualising the sport.
Yes, and it will lead on to my point of where we like to take boxing serious, and all boxers taken seriously.
Yeah.
Now, if this was a male boxer who came out in tiger printed speedos, we wouldn't be taking him serious.
I've seen it before.
But we didn't take him serious.
You get those occasional Nicaraguan fighters who come over and they've not got any underwear to spare for the week. And they just wear those little strap-on underwear type things that they use. But anyway, but
we wouldn't take that boxer serious.
We wouldn't take boxing serious. But
if AJ, as good as he is, came out at a weigh-in, in speedos, we wouldn't take him serious.
But no homo, AJ is sexualising sport because women love him because he's got that billboard image.
Yeah, but he's not out here flaunting it first before his boxing. No, he's not.
No.
He can't help naturally looking like that.
Genetically,
he's a specimen. Okay, for example,
he's got no chin.
We've got Dillian White, who does the exact same thing, who doesn't get the same response. You know what I mean? He's trying to be big, but he's not a gym guy, so he just goes with his size, you know?
Yeah.
When we look at previous female boxers, I don't see them making the effort to sexualise the sport, and that's why I say she's sexualising the sport, because to go to a weigh-in in a lingerie,
pre-planned, it was planned. So as spectators, we've anticipated that. Maybe not to the extent where we're like, wow, like look at that.
Yeah.
As like single men would.
Yeah.
You know, we're both taken.
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
can kind of say,
so, but that's.
we can have our opinion on it, but.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, definitely that's the approach.
Yeah.
Is it a promotional stunt? So is it done to enhance her image?
Yeah.
Is she trying to be the AJ of boxing, where all the hype goes to her, and then she actually can fight? Because imagine she goes out and knock the
Courtney out in a round.
In one round.
Which I hope
in
happens,
10 seconds.
But, yeah.
Then all of the pre-talk and slander she's receiving shuts us up.
I personally think you're always going to have that stigma that if the woman puts herself up on national television or mainstream TV with that image, you're going to be scrutinised.
In lingerie.
But it shouldn't matter.
But in lingerie, what should not matter?
But it shouldn't deter her from. She has to make weight. So if she's going to wear a big dressing gown, she's going to be over the weight limit. She has to meet 118 pounds. So the less clothes she has on, she's going to make the championship weight. We're talking about championship boxing.
What did the other person wear?
Well, I don't know. I didn't really pay any attention.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I don't want to look at the other person. She might as well be.
And viewers, that's my point. That's my point, viewers. Because when we have Povetkin up here, White up here, we're looking at both boxers.
People were saying that Povetkin looked like a Russian doll.
But that's the point I'm making. We were able to address both fighters. With this stunt, we're not.
Yeah. Right. I'll ask you the question here. Distinction between casual hardcore fans, right? And hardcore. I don't mean the hardcore you're thinking about. With what we're talking about, but casual fans, they don't really care about. They don't so much care about the technical elements of boxing. They care about the big knockouts. So even for women boxing, big knockouts is something that's going to excite them.
Yep.
So why doesn't this image that Ebony Bridges, she's 5-0, she's coming over off a good win in Australia, again is unknown to the UK audience, but she, like you said, goes out and knocks out Shannon Courtney in a round. Yeah. All of a sudden.
Not going to happen, but go on.
Right. Okay. We'll have our breakdown of the fight.
I was right the last time, remember?
You were.
Knockout as well.
Yeah, you were.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but as I say, people that.
You're only as good as your last game.
Exactly, in your last prediction.
And I won.
And presumably people that...
So I'm like good.
But I don't know, as I say, I don't know shit about boxing, so, I mean...
No, you know more than me.
But maybe not in terms of judgments.
Oh, yes.
But anyway, so Ebony Bridges comes up 5-0, she's again fighting Shannon Courtney, who's only got marginally a bit more experience than her. So, regardless of the lingerie, the pre-fight talks, whatever they want to discuss between one another, the attention is on the fight. Okay?
Yeah, I'll agree.
Shannon Courtney has been rocked.
Yes.
She's been beaten.
Yeah.
Ebony Bridges has not tasted defeat.
But we don't know who she's for.
And she's tasted a hell of a lot of attention from the UK public.
But we don't know who she's for.
Yeah.
5 fights.
Okay.
Could have been...
But right, I'll give you an example. George Kambosos Jr., another Australian, come over to face Lee Selby. Yeah. Now, for those of you that don't know, Lee Selby is a former world champion. Yeah. George Kambosos Jr. had 14-0 on his record, fought absolutely nobodies. Actually, no, it was 21-0, correct me, actually. He's 21-0 from Australia. Predominantly, his resume is Australian fighters in Australia, highly ranked with the IBF, comes over, beats Lee Selby. So, what's the difference?
Difference is, again, as you said, that women...
No, we're not talking about men and men and women. We're talking about what's the difference.
That's what I'm going to go and explain. There's a niche market here.
Okay.
Women boxing.
Where you can win a world title very quickly in your career.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean the number of high-level fighters will be the same as men.
But your point was you don't know their opponents.
That's what I'm saying. So
it doesn't matter how many fights you've had.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is the number of high-level fighters would be less.
But why would it though?
Because there's not that much fighters as it is in the women's sport. And then to say in one country, Australia, for there to be 5 world title fights or 5 equivalent level to what there would be over here, it's unheard of. But it's not going to happen.
But Craig, there must be a roster of decent fighters in Australia for them to have a pro career.
Why would
because she's already fought 5. I'm not saying they were any good.
But that's the point I'm making.
Yeah, but the point, the difference is, George Kambosos Jr., it took him the platform in the UK to come over here to beat a UK fighter in Lee Selby.
To be recognised.
To be recognised. So Ebony Bridges has now got her opportunity, 6 fights in, on a big platform to show what the hidden potential from being in Australia might have resonated with the UK. If she was a UK fighter, I guarantee you now, she would be a multi-weight world champion. 100%.
Is it because she would have more opponents to fight or more higher level?
But it's not about opponents, because think about it.
Of course it is.
It's not, because
of course it is.
Think about Katie Taylor's first 10 fights. She fought absolutely nobody.
Yeah, but nobody's to you, but to the boxing world, those individuals
that's not
all
exactly
climbing.
She fought Jessica McCaskill.
Yeah, they're climbing the ladder.
World champion, but
they're climbing the ladder.
Okay.
So, and this is where I say, if you look at boxing, for example, on your merit, the boxing, let's say, the world champion should either be Dillian White, if we're looking at your distinction of the two, because he has more fights than most people.
And better opponents.
Yes. So he should really be ranked number 1.
No, but that's when the man management comes into it. Boxing politics. That's when navigating your career comes into it. Ebony Bridges obviously clearly has maybe more to do with her stance and her image as opposed to her fighting skills. She's talked her way into this fight. But who knows, behind the scenes she might have a very influential team who have got in contact with her, but then again, Shannon Courtney's got no one to fight. As I say, actually Shannon Courtney's been gifted a world title here because
there's no opponents.
No, it's not about there was no opponents. There was plenty more opponents, but because she's under the same banner and there's going to be... Because look at it, Rachel Ball, was supposed to fight Ebony Bridges. Yeah. Rachel Ball got COVID. Ebony Bridges had an injury, so actually Courtney was supposed to fight Ball. But how all of a sudden has Shannon Courtney lost to Rachel Ball and then all of a sudden gets a world title shot against Rachel Ball? It doesn't make no sense. In 2 fights. She would come back one on Sky Sports against a nobody, looked bad doing it. No, I'm being honest here, because I don't care, but I'm not sugarcoating nothing, because boxing, it's got so badly disjointed and discombobulated that it's like people are losing fights and getting world title shots. Jessica McCaskill lost to Katie Taylor. She's now an undisputed world champion. Fair play to Jessica McCaskill. She can fight. Shannon Courtney can't fight. She's known for getting into slugfests in Watford Town Centre. Running around Watford with Anthony Joshua hanging off his boots. That's what she's known for. She's known for having her hair done up at amateur boxing shows. No, she is. No, she is. She's known for...
Are we not now seeing that boxing...
I genuinely hope Shannon Courtney wins on Saturday, because she's going to get knocked out by someone anyway, Terry Harper or someone like that, Natasha Jonas. So she can beat Ebony Bridges. She can absolutely burst Ebony Bridges' bubble and get sparked out by Katie Taylor or someone like that. But a different weight. She's bantamweight.
Yeah, she'd have to change. She'd have
to move up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But that won't happen.
No, it won't.
No.
But there was somehow...
Let's wrap up the boxing.
We've probably spent about 10 minutes talking about this waste of time on Saturday. Like, Ebony Bridges, I predict, knocks out Shannon Courtney in 2 rounds.
Okay, that's your prediction.
No, I don't care, because I'm useless at predictions anyway, so I might as well say Ebony Bridges is not even going to turn up on the fight night. Or she's gonna have a suit like Deontay Wilder.
Oh yeah, I don't
40 stone suit.
I don't complain. My suit was too heavy.
It was her muscle mass density.
My water was spiked.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a knockout. My favourites. Actually, no.
You think Shannon Courtney's? But you're a matchroom lickos.
It's not gonna.
You're a matchroom lickos.
Shannon Courtney's definitely gonna win. I'm just thinking, what round? I'm going to call it 7 rounds.
Okay.
7 round stoppage.
So what if I told you it was a 6-round fight?
Is it a 6-round fight?
It's a 12-round fight. It's a 10 round because it's a world title fight, and it's 10 rounds because apparently now women can't do 12 rounds apparently.
Well, 7 round stoppage. Stoppage. Remember that. They're not going to make it to 10. Okay, so that's our boxing out of the way.
So I don't actually think we covered the point about the you said about sexualising the sport.
I did. I covered it. I gave.
Right. We'll forget that. We'll move on. Yeah. Right. So the next topic, there was actually good snooker on this week. The Masters, I think, returned. And,
yes.
and the darts, Premier League darts. So for those of you that are big fans of the darts and the snooker, return this week. And actually now, because they have to catch up with the schedule, they're playing consecutive running games each night. So it's on night 4, I believe.
Yeah, it's a good watch. I'm a big darts fan, to be honest. But if you haven't got one of these by your side when you're watching darts,
yes,
as you know, we're now trying to keep darts healthy.
And if you're not watching this podcast on a handheld device, or a tablet, a phone, while watching the darts, then you're missing out, because we are the Eric Bristow and Wayne Mardell of all sports.
Oh yes. Right. So, who are you looking forward to in darts?
Well, I'm actually quite looking forward to the return of Rob Thornton.
Ooh.
No, sorry, Rob Cross. That's not Rob Thornton. I'm thinking of someone else. Rob Cross. Rob Cross. Rob Cross. Yeah.
Not the lefty.
No. Rob Cross, dark hair. And also, I'm also looking forward to.
Who's mine?
Oh bloody hell! What's his name? The one with the tattoos.
Yeah, I'm sure that's my lefty.
No, that's Peter Wright. Peter Wright is and Peter Wright's that, and then you got Rob Cross. I'm looking forward to Rob Cross coming back.
That's Peter.
I believe so. Well, I don't know if he's a lefty. I think he's a righty.
No, that's not him.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so Rob Cross, and you're thinking about Peter Wright, tattoos. You're thinking about James Wade, lefty. James Wade's a lefty. Tubby.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Wade.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. I have my money on him.
Okay. What if I told you he was retired?
Then I know he's not. I'd say, boosh! he's my guy. Yeah. Always been my guy.
So, darts, snooker, and that's been... I
gave up snooker since, what was it? Lockdown was lifted, right? I think there was a match.
Put it this way, if you thought snooker was any slow pace than it is, then lockdown has really
slowed it right down.
Proper.
It was.
No fans. The fans don't get involved anyway. They just clap for a good shot.
Days.
But it's not hard to recognise a good shot on TV. So
I nearly fell asleep.
Yeah.
It was really slow paced stuff. I'm not disencouraging you guys from watching it. I'm sure all of you darts and snooker fans out there really get a buzz and a feel for when the big tournaments come up. However, the last snooker match was painful. I don't know if they're getting any better, to be honest with you. Since Ronnie's out. That was my guy, Ronnie.
But that's the window of talent, really, isn't it? So much emphasis has gone on Ronnie O'Sullivan over the last decade that it seems like they've not put any real belief into anyone.
Well,
else.
the Chinese guy's pretty solid actually.
Yeah.
He's meant to be young. He's meant to be 21 or something like that. He looked really good. Can't remember his name, and I'm not going to try and make up a name in all respect to the lad, because I think he's actually a great talent. Yeah. But apart from him, it was pretty dull. I nearly fell asleep. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, I genuinely nearly fell asleep.
Similar to the darts, Phil Taylor, Rim and Van Barneveld, all these guys.
Since they've left and the sport's going downhill.
Van Gogh, he's solid.
See.
But he's had a bit of inconsistencies the last couple of years.
Since they took the pints out.
Yeah, that's another thing. Drinking on stage is completely
banned now.
Yeah.
So now they drink water. No wonder why.
Yeah, because even my dad was mentioning about when he was playing darts, they used to, in Clapton, they used to have pints.
That's what it was.
Fellas used to turn up to the Ocky, pissed out of their head before throwing the dart.
Jug of pints.
Yeah, jug of pints. So you get the pictures.
The best games ever.
So Monday, pubs open, and you used to go in the big islands, you get the big pictures.
Yeah.
They'd be drinking 3-4 of them before they go on the Ocky.
Yeah.
It's mad. Absolutely mad.
But now those are quality matches.
But now darts is a professional sport, so
they can't be endorsing.
They can't be endorsing it.
But then
they're sponsored by Carlsberg.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They got big Carlsberg and big ones sit on the football tops, and the stadium's full of endorsement bodies.
The only sponsor we're looking for is a bit of a just two of us. No, we're going to go just twice over the speed limit. We'll keep that on the low. Right. So yeah. So is there anything else? Any other sport news you want to kind of wrap up with?
Yeah, definitely want to go back to Champions League, Europa Cup.
Yep.
Oh my.
Arsenal. Oh my days.
Oh.
91st minute. How are they squandered? Like 90th minute they score. I got a notification on my phone. 90th minute. I've woke up this morning thinking Arsenal's won the game. It's 1-0. 1-1.
Mate.
What happened?
Listen. No word of a lie.
It's a disgrace.
I've had countless amount of Arsenal fans calling me, crying.
Mirko being Mirko. Oh my days. Being one of them. Shout out Mirko.
I'm like, listen, mate. Get over it. Are you not used to it by now?
Yeah.
This is Arsenal.
It's a recurring theme. Slip-ups after slip-ups.
Don't change your manager, there's no point. The next one's going to do the exact same thing. You keep asking for the guy to be sacked.
Yep.
You're going to sack the players. Don't sack anyone else.
Sack the owners.
Oh my. Listen.
Because players need restoring confidence. You know better than anyone. You're starting off with a new group of players.
Yes.
They need confidence.
First job in.
A new manager.
I'm going in, right?
You're tearing your hair out, like thinking, my God, what have I walked into?
I've already lost my hair since I got this appointment, right? So.
Not much of it left, mate. wait till you get relegated.
Nah, this is a good loss of hair, right? Because the amount of
that is the promotion.
The amount of planning goes into a session. So that's just training. Never mind your matches. Never mind organising away games, home games, right? So I'm looking at this adventure for me as a new manager into the professional game and into the elite world of footballers, right? And I'm just saying, if I look at it as if I'm Arteta, the one thing I want from my players is heart.
Yeah, grit, will.
That's it. Give me those three things. Bit of heart, bit of willpower,
bit of desire,
and a bit of hunger. Yeah. Show me that you're here. Yeah. Once they do that, the rest will take care of itself because hard work pays off.
In respect to Arsenal being 1-0 up, you need composure. You need players that are going to step up, get them all around. Boys, don't switch off for the last 2-3 minutes. And 2-3 minutes. Maintain that level of composure under high pressure situations. You're in the Europa League against, it doesn't matter, Slavia Prague or whoever they are. It doesn't matter. They can turn game around. We saw it on the weekend in the rugby.
Oh yeah.
Clermont Auvergne against London Wasps. Wasps had the game in the bag.
And all of a sudden,
Clermont got a free kick, or not even a free kick, a penalty in their 22, kicked it down, won the line out, and then next thing you know, they turned over and scored a try down the other end. Or Wasps had a penalty, lost the ball in the line out. Yeah. Clermont Auvern's gone from one side of the pitch to the other and won the game. It's madness.
Crazy.
In a game of rugby.
Crazy.
Think about how quickly the ball travels in football compared to rugby.
Yeah. No, sure.
So how quickly is the game? Rugby's a lot more slow tempo game. Yeah. A lot more physical in terms of those compact situations, but a lot more high intensity. So, I think that's kind of the theme of sport at the moment is upsets.
It's not even. It's, as you said, it's a mindset of, do I understand the situation, and how many players understand the situation or the moment they're in, and enjoy the moment. So once I'm enjoying the moment, I can't take the gas off. Yeah. Because this is the moment we all live for. We live for these 1-0s. Yeah. We live to go through to the next round.
Yeah. Well, as better than anyone, football is a results-driven business. So 1-0, 2-0, last minute winner, header, own goal, it counts towards 3 points.
Well, the other team showed that.
Yeah.
The other team walks away knowing, boys, well done.
Whereas in boxing, if you don't have the composure of standing on the scales with full clothes, it only matters about the game. It matters about the punching in the head.
So that was a big disappointment. Even for me as a United fan, I felt bad for Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I was actually consolidating a few of these guys, trying to stop them from taking. Don't jump!
Don't jump, yeah.
Okay,
stand your ground, lads. Stand your ground. Let me feed you in. God. Right, people. Hope you enjoyed today. Like, share, and subscribe. Just want to say again, if you want to catch this fella's progress, and I think it's important to promote deaf football as well. You know, that's another niche, a unique side of sport. You know, people that are kind of less privileged with the communication side of things. But again, sign language being a very prevalent way of communicating nowadays. So yeah, just kind of any last words about that? What you're looking forward to about the job? What you're looking forward to about the experience working with a new group of lads?
Yeah,
ladies, etc.
New environment, new challenge, new obstacles. One being I'm learning science, so I don't really have a extensive background in it. So for me, it's so much to learn, and it's such a different environment. It takes me out my comfort zone, which is amazing. But yeah, just full steam ahead. Applying myself in the best way, doing whatever research and studies I need to make sure I can do the best job possible. And I'll just say to everyone else, like, just chase your dream and go for whatever you want to be honest, and don't let anything hold you back, no matter how far or different it is compared to what you're doing now. The world is your oyster, as we've heard that saying millions of times.
Yeah.
But now I'm actually trying to take that into account for my own life.
Yeah.
And then I'm now spreading my wings, as they say, and trying to fly and take on different avenues, different ventures, and see what becomes of it.
And just to build on that, there's no concrete path to what you want to get to. So you're better off trying new things, bringing on new opportunities, and it will pave a way for you to kind of get your experience and move on. Exactly. J2O.
J2O.
We're out.